What's up, wrestling fans? Tony Mango here with another edition of the Internet Wrestling Community Outreach portion of the Smark Out Moment Smack Talk podcast for the week. How y'all doing today? We're going to start things off with the Smark My Words, one of my favorite interactions between you guys in the comment section all over the place that we have. And the winner this time around is Peter Piccininni. We were talking about some stuff during the Monday Night Raw live chat, and when they were doing that whole tease where it was... Are Rollins and Ambrose going to be able to fist bump whenever? I said that they just need to fucking get it over with already. And Peter threw out the idea maybe Dean saw the pic and said no, which of course means the leaked pictures that had gone on with Seth Rollins in the past and all that. So I thought that was a pretty funny kind of comment, because it's like I'm imagining a backstage conversation that they had where it's just sort of like, so you want to be like bros again? And it's like, Nah, dude. Saw your dick. Nah. So, thanks to Peter, and thanks to everybody else as well who left comments on our YouTube videos, on our Twitter, on our Facebook group as well, which, if you don't know it by now, you can find that at facebook.com/groups/themegamaniacs, and that also applies to the Facebook group that, facebook.com/smarkoutmoment, by the way. I never really remember to say that, but it is applicable if you type out something there. But most of our conversations go on through the Megamaniacs. That's where we do our live chats. That's where we kind of bullshit with everybody else. So if you are not a part of that group and you are on Facebook in some capacity, sign up for it. What the hell are you doing? What's wrong with you? I blame your parents. Let's see. Next week, after we take care of all the stuff that we're going to be doing this week for the pay-per-view coverage and stuff, the episode number 299 is going to be the August Mailbag special. So if you want to send us a question, whether it's something wrestling related or completely unrelated to wrestling, if you want to pick our brains about something, just tweet at SmarkOutMoment with the hashtag mailbag, or you can leave an email through the contact form of the website. Whatever you send our way, we will try to answer it, unless it's something that we've already answered before a bunch of times, or it's like too personal and we don't want to answer it. But we pretty much answer almost every single question. So the only thing I would say for people as far as like a guideline for them is try not to ask questions that are things that we would tie into for pay-per-view coverage. So the pay-per-view is going to be done by the time that we get to the mailbag. But for instance, in that kind of range, if it's like a mailbag question comes in, do you think that Akira Tozawa is going to lose the title to Neville? Well, by that point, SummerSlam is already going to be over, So try to keep it away from like pay-per-view prediction type stuff and more of... Actually, the wackier stuff is the better, when people start asking us like, hey, if you wanted to get hit over the head with a thing of coconuts or kicked in the balls, what would you rather have? Like random ass questions like that. Or it could just be random questions about wrestling or, whatever. But try to keep the pay-per-view questions out of it. Those are the ones I usually filter through if we're going to filter anything out. But whatever you guys send in, we'll filter it. We'll do whatever we got to do. And if you want to help support the growth of Smark Out Moment for the future, there's a couple things that you guys should be aware of per normal. As far as monetary donations go, you can send some spare change our way with the PayPal button at the bottom of smarkoutmoment.com, the YouTube fan funding little thingy on the side, or our Patreon account. But another way to do that, kind of indirectly a little bit, is to buy some t-shirts or some merchandise over at our Redbubble and our TeePublic shops. I don't get, the full breakdown of all the money and stuff, but I do get a cut out of it. That's kind of how those websites work. So it does still come my way, and then I do still try to shove that back into our kind of stuff here. Same thing goes for the two other TeePublic shops that I have, Fanboys Anonymous and A Mango Tees. But if you don't have the money to kind of toss our way, there's a couple other things that you can do to kind of help us out. One of them is if you're going to a wrestling show, bring a sign that says Smark Out Moment, and as part of the Sign Me Up initiative, just send a picture of yourself holding it up, and I will give you a shout out on the website. But the most important thing that you guys should be aware of is to help our social media accounts. You can retweet and follow us on Twitter. You can like and share our posts on Facebook. As far as the YouTube videos go, give them all a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, make sure that you do that. Leave your comments on the videos, share the website's articles on Reddit and on message boards, and pretty much anything that you guys do that you can get our name out there is all going to be great. So do the same stuff for Fanboys Anonymous, my spot for movie reviews and other kind of nerdy sort of topics like that. We are going to be doing, or at least I'm going to be doing, a movie review of Batman and Harley Quinn, and there's going to be something else coming out. What the hell is it? Oh, The Defenders. Now, I'm going to binge watch The Defenders and then give you guys each episode that I'm going through. I'll be doing like my live running commentary of thoughts. So check out the website for that. And then eventually I'll do a review point about the whole season breakdown, that kind of thing. So if you like that stuff, go to fanboysanonymous.com, follow the Facebook and Twitter accounts, subscribe to that YouTube channel, and help try to get the word out about Fanboys Anonymous too, because, you know, makes sense, right? My stuff, more my stuff succeeds, the more I can do stuff for you guys. And that brings us to the major topic of the video, the wrestling trivia question of the week, otherwise known as the Ask Him. Last week's question was, which wrestlers have beaten Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam in the past? And there are two. The most recent one being The Undertaker in 2015, and then the only other one to have done it is Kurt Angle in 2003. So this week's question, Asuka at this point has far surpassed Bill Goldberg, and I got a feeling this Saturday, her undefeated record goes down. So I started thinking a little bit about Bill Goldberg's undefeated record, and I started to look into something that was a little bit weird. So tying into Asuka's undefeated streak and all that other kind of stuff, question number 298 for you guys. Who was the first person to defeat Bill Goldberg before Kevin Nash? He did lose before Kevin Nash. So that's the conundrum here. A little bit of a Tony question. So if you think you know the answer, or you want to leave a guess, or you want to toss anything else out there in the comments below, go ahead and do that. Next week, I will tell you the answer and anything else that I need to divulge to you. And that'll be our second to last, or possibly last, Ask Him. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to continue on 300, or if I'm going to stop at 300. But we are going to be stopping, and we're going to be rearranging things a little bit up like that. So I already know I got next week's question figured out. Which is something about Mae Young. I'll get into that next week. But that's it for this week's edition of the IWC Outreach. Thanks for listening, everybody. Remember, hit that subscribe button, because if you want to be aware of the new things that are going to be coming out on the channel, just stay tuned for that. We are going to be doing the NXT TakeOver predictions, as well as the SummerSlam predictions. And then at the end of the week, Saturday, after NXT TakeOver, we'll be doing our post-show for that, reviewing and recapping everything that happened there. And then, of course, the same exact thing, the post-show for SummerSlam 2017. Then, of course, we get to 299. Then we start getting into the hot tags, the Ask Him, and the August Mailbag. So that's what you got to look forward to coming up soon. Hopefully you all enjoy it. But for now, this has been another Smark Out moment, and I'm being counted out.